Prime Minister Modi arrives in Washington, D.C., where he receives a warm welcome from the Indian diaspora at the Andrews Air Base outside the Willard Hotel. Prime Minister Modi urges all to use the power of yoga to build bridges of friendship, calls for a peaceful world and a cleaner, greener and sustainable future, asks all to join hands together to realize the goal of one earth, one family, one future. A massive search operation underway for submarine with 5 people on board that went missing near the wreck of the Titanic. Searchers detect undersea sounds and hunt. Rescuers hope the arrival of specialized deep-sea vessels and US Navy experts will boost efforts to find tourist submersible. UK inflation hotter than expected in May. Consumer prices rise by an annual 8.7%, unchanged from the previous month. Bank of England likely to raise interest rates by half a percentage point to 5% on Thursday. All right, let's first get you the news about the Prime Minister's US visit. As the Prime Minister stepped off the plane in Washington, D.C., he was greeted by a sea of umbrellas and enthusiastic cheers from the waiting crowd. The connection between the Prime Minister and the Indian diaspora reaffirmed as their shared enthusiasm and anticipation overcome any obstacles presented by the weather. The scene was a testament to the strength of their bond and the significance of this visit, which holds the promise of strengthening the ties between India and its diaspora in Washington, D.C. Prime Minister was accorded a ceremonial welcome and a guard of honor at the Joint Base Andrews Airport in Washington, D.C., after which Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived at Hotel Intercontinental Willard in Washington, D.C. Rain-soaked streets of Washington, D.C. witnessed a vibrant and enthusiastic welcome for Prime Minister Modi by the Indian diaspora. A powerful display of unity and admiration was on display. The Indian community was elated to meet Prime Minister Modi.
I'm really happy that I got this opportunity to see Modi ji in person.
I'm so happy to see Modi ji, and it's just a warm welcome for him to the Washington, D.C.
It was a great experience to meet him, and I'm very glad that I got this opportunity.
He gave me a high five and signed my shirt. It's a memorable moment. I will never forget this. It's a long life thing that I'll never forget.
I was really excited. Like, I've never seen him up so close.
So I've shook his hand, and I've even got a signature on my poster, and that was when I was 10, and now I'm 16, and this just shows the incredible amount of commitment that Modi has put towards furthering India and America relationships, and is doing amazing things for both countries, and I really hope that the world benefits from this friendship.
And Prime Minister Modi tweeted saying, reached Washington, D.C., the warmth of the Indian community and the blessings of Indra Devta made the arrival even more special. Actually, it was raining heavily and the downpour was heavy when the Prime Minister's special aircraft landed at Washington, D.C. from New York, and it was the rain-soaked roads of Washington, D.C. In fact, his ceremonial welcome at the Joint Andrews Base Airport happened in pouring rain. The Prime Minister wore a raincoat, and then when the Indian community greeted him outside the Hotel Intercontinental Willard in Washington, D.C., the drizzle was still on, but that refused to dampen or deter the spirits of the enthusiastic Indian diaspora, and of course the Prime Minister's reciprocation of it by going up close to the Indian community, interacting with them, shaking their hands, signing, giving his autographs and interacting with them. And ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's White House visit, the US-India Business Council organized the Indus X Summit. Indus X Summit is a key opportunity to accelerate US-India defense co-development and co-production and to fortify strategic partnership between India and the US. Startups from both countries are a special feature of the Indus X Summit. Our correspondent Ajay Mishra has more details. Ahead of Prime Minister Modi's arrival at the White House in Washington, D.C., India and the United States are leaving no stone unturned to make all preparations perfect for the formal negotiations at the top level. Defense cooperation and co-production is one of the most critical deliverables, and both sides participated in the Indus X Summit, focusing on catalyzing Indo-US defense innovation ecosystem. Indus X is part of the broader Strategic and Defense Partnership Initiative announced under the Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technology and led by US Department of Defense and India's Innovation for Defense Excellence Initiative under India's Department for Defense Production.
I hope that we find each other and that we build the blocks of this voyage, things like the roadmap for defense industry cooperation, which will give us that mechanism to move forward. The technology that we're leaning in very bold ways that I want to thank this president, and I'm proud to be part of an administration that's leaning in with more courage than we've ever seen, not just between the U.S. and India, but I would argue the U.S. and any other country before.
Indus X has been designed to pave the way to move forward to goals established under the US-India roadmap for defense industrial cooperation, capitalize on the tech releasability outcomes that industry anticipates from the US-India Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technologies, explore joint opportunities in high-tech defense innovation, research and development, strengthen bilateral trade relationships and defense establishment linkages, and enhance connectivity between American and Indian defense startups to encourage greater collaboration in defense technology. Indus X has the potential to be catalyst for India to achieve its target of $5 billion in defense exports by 2025 and for India to diversify its defense supply chain. US Congressman Ro Khanna, while addressing the Indus X conference, said that India-US relations are one of the most critical relationships of 21st century and the world is looking at India for diversifying the supply chain.
The US-India relationship is one of the most critical relationships of the 21st century. Not because we're of Indian origin, but because of the strategic value alignment. It is important, first and foremost, as a defense partnership with different and mutually aligned security interests.
Indus X is a milestone in accelerating convergence between the world's oldest and largest democracies and is a key deliverable of the ICET. The Indian head of delegation for Indus X and Joint Secretary in the Defense Ministry told DD Network that startups from both India and US will focus on co-production and co-development of defense technology.
Innovation Bridge
Innovation Bridge or Indus X, which is an exhibition, is an attempt to bring startups of both the countries together. And these startups will work together on deep technologies and on critical emerging technologies. And in this, efforts will be made to develop new technologies so that it is helpful for both the countries and other countries of the world. Many modalities are yet to be developed in this, which will happen after discussions. And this entire process will go in the direction of co-development and co-production, so that our Make in India will also get a boost.
इसमें बहुत सी modalities अभी develop होनी है, जो अभी discussions के through होंगी.
This conference will also feature a defense exhibition where firms will showcase technologies and platforms that can benefit both countries' border security and maritime domain awareness. US-India Business Council has been trusted to foster a culture of co-development and co-production between the US and India. Ajay Mishra's report, DD India, Washington, D.C. And let's now take a look at stories regarding the 9th International Day of Yoga celebrations. The Embassy of India in Berlin celebrated the auspicious occasion of the International Yoga Day with great enthusiasm and participation. On this occasion, India's ambassador to Germany, P. Hari, said that yoga is a unique gift from India to the world.
Every year, more and more people join around the world to celebrate the International Day of Yoga. Yoga is a key component. Yoga and Ayurveda are extremely popular in Germany, and this is a huge practice that not only is a symbol of India's cultural influence and soft power, it is something that brings the people of India and Germany together.
Hollywood actor Richard Gere said that Prime Minister Modi is a product of Indian culture, and his sense of universal brotherhood and sisterhood is a message we always want to hear.
Obviously, he's a product of Indian culture, comes from a vast place as Indian culture does. And this sense of universal brotherhood and sisterhood is, of course, a message we always want to hear over and over again.
Himalayan Siddha Master Yogamata Keiko Aikawa said that yoga is a great Indian culture.
Very great because people get to cherish and harmonize love and peace to change the personality to help the world. This yoga is great Indian culture.
Permanent representative of Barbados to UN, Francois Jackman, said that to experience the leadership of Prime Minister Modi and this community of group of international representatives is truly a moment of fullness and spirituality.
Experience the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, the community of all of this group of international representatives, so truly a moment of thoughtfulness and spirituality.
The 78th UNGA President Dennis Francis said that the yoga event is a great initiative and important one for health and peace.
I think it's a fantastic initiative, an important one for health and for peace. Everyone knows that India is the home of yoga and knows of Prime Minister Modi's commitment to yoga. But I should also like to tell you that the mission of India here in New York has been doing a lot of good work to promote International Yoga Day, and I'm very happy to join my colleague Roshira, the ambassador, in making this day really special.
Colleen Sedmons Yee, renowned yoga instructor, said that the fact that there are so many yogis from different nations practicing in the United States now is a sense of unity and for good of humanity.
I think that the fact that there's so many yogis from different nationalities in India meeting the United States, there can be nothing, I think that it has to be good, right? It has to be for unity, for the good of mankind, regardless of what the differences are.
Senior business analyst Stephanie Roulet said that yoga is one thing that brings people together.
Yoga is one thing that brings people together, so what a great experience. It's going to be led by the world coming together.
American yoga instructor Yi Rotney said that he is teaching yoga for 45 years and is privileged to be present at the yoga event at the UN headquarters.
To have an International Yoga Day and to have the Prime Minister teaching it is really an extraordinary event. I've been a yoga teacher for 45 years. And I feel very privileged to be here today. Yoga really helps unify the world, and this practice has been very special throughout the last 2,500 years. and it's really great for the world to share in this day.
American singer Mary Milburn said that Prime Minister Modi is a great yoga leader.
Beautiful session today, and I tell you, the Prime Minister, he's a great yoga leader himself, and I enjoyed being next to him today and experiencing this wonderful day. I want to say hello to the Prime Minister very quickly, but what a wonderful day to be here and be a part of the International Yoga Day today. Thank you for having me. Namaste.
Over 250 people from all walks of life took part in Budapest's International Yoga Day. The event was organized by the Embassy of India in Hungary. Yoga in Hungary's capital has grown in popularity over the last 5 years, with more people practicing and new yoga studios popping up all around the city. Our correspondent in Budapest, Pablo Gutierrez, reports.
It's a beautiful day here in Budapest, and I'm surrounded by great energy and a group of yoga lovers that came out to celebrate the International Day of Yoga. This is the 9th year that the Embassy of India here in Hungary puts together an event like this. It's so magnificent to be here. So we are going to roll out our mats and start our practice.
The point is to, cut across cultures and cut across all age groups to instill in them the sense that how yoga can benefit their life in all. So yoga is not about the shape of your body, it's about the shape of your life. That is
Sanjanana upasate.
So many people, they know, okay, yoga is only the physical exercise, only for the body. But yoga is not only for the body. During yoga practices, your mind, your breath, your body should be together.
Place your palm on your shoulder. Left, forward. Slowly for Paschimottanasana, inhale, raise your arms. Belégzéssel emeld a karokat. Hands down. Kilégzésre leengedjük a karokat.
We every year, Government of India take one theme, and this year the theme is Yoga for Humanity or Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva means earth, and Kutumbakam means whole earth is one family. So one world and one health. All are one.
Inhale and rise your both legs abdominally. Concentrate on your abdominal region.
I'm practicing yoga, but I never practiced with Indian people. So for me, it was very inspiring.
For 45 minutes, our minds and bodies were one, and there was peace around us. Pablo Gutierrez, Budapest, Dordeshan. Namaste.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi commenced the second day of his state visit to the US by attending the 9th International Day of Yoga celebrations at the UN headquarters. A galaxy of top UN officials, envoys from across the world and prominent individuals attended the yoga session. The event created a Guinness World Record for people from most nationalities taking part in the yoga session.
On the second day of his historic state visit to the US, Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the 9th International Day of Yoga celebrations at the United Nations headquarters. A galaxy of top UN officials, envoys from across the world and prominent individuals attended the yoga session. Prime Minister also paid his respect to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, on the North Lawns. PM Modi expressed his delight at the significant global response to India's call for participation, with over 180 countries joining in the celebrations.
Yoga means to unite. So your coming together is an expression of another form of yoga. I remember about 9 years ago, right here at the UN, I had the honor to propose celebrating the International Day of Yoga on 21st June. It was wonderful to see the entire world come together to support the idea back then.
Prime Minister Modi said yoga is free from copyrights, free from patents and free from royalty payments.
Yoga comes from India and it is a very old tradition. But like all ancient Indian traditions, it is also living and dynamic. Yoga is free from copyright, free from patents, and free from royalty payments. Yoga is adaptable to your age, gender, and fitness level. Yoga is portable. You can do it at home or at work or in transit. Yoga is flexible. You can practice it alone or in a group, learn from a teacher or be self-taught. Yoga is unifying. It is for everyone.
PM Modi highlighted the power of yoga.
Let us use the power of yoga not only to be healthy, happy, but also to be kind to ourselves and to each other. Let us use the power of yoga to build bridges of friendship, a peaceful world, and a cleaner, greener, and sustainable future. Let us join hands together to realize the goal of one earth, one family, one future. I conclude with a wish. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya. May everyone be happy. May everyone be healthy.
PM Modi said last year the entire world came together to support India's proposal to celebrate the year 2023 as the International Year of Millets. He said millets are the superfood as it promotes holistic health and are good for the environment as well.
Last year, the entire world came together to support India's proposal to celebrate 2023 as the International Year of Millets. Millets are a superfood. They promote holistic health and are good for environment too. And today, it is wonderful to see the entire world come together again for yoga.
UN Secretary General shared a personalized video message on International Yoga Day saying that yoga not just unites body and mind but also millions of people across the globe.
Yoga offers a haven of calm. It can reduce anxiety and promote mental well-being. It helps us to develop discipline and patience. It connects us to our planet, which so badly needs our protection. And it reveals our common humanity, helping us to understand that despite our differences, we are one. On this International Day of Yoga, let us embrace the spirit of unity and resolve to build a better, more harmonious world for people, planet, and ourselves.
The event at UN created a Guinness World Record for most nationalities participating in a yoga session. Newsnight Desk, DD India.
So that's how the visit of the Prime Minister is progressing. We'll keep bringing you updates about the Prime Minister's visit to the United States. As we told you, he's in Washington DC now. He held a meeting with the Indian diaspora on arriving, a short interaction with them. Later he was with the US First Lady at the Future Skilling event organized by the National Science Foundation, and he's slated to meet selected CEOs or Chief Executive Officers of American companies. We'll let you know what more is on the table as the day progresses. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.